Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Harry Buppet. Welcome back to another Starcraft 2 Daily Masters, and listen to that music kick in just as I start casting. I mean, it's like nearly 2 minutes in, but it only just started now. I don't know how it knew I was going to start casting at this point, but whatever. Let's move on. Let's introduce the awesome players we have in this game. Down the bottom right side of the map, it is our Zerg player, Life. He's 17 years old from South Korea, and he plays for the StarCraft team, and he has been doing a lot of awesome stuff. He's one of our top level players. Like, there's a whole bunch of Masters players, and then there's the top level Masters players. And I'm not saying these guys are better than everybody else. I'm saying that if you see one of these players going off against somebody else, then that is probably who you're going to be favoring. This is going to be your favoring player. If you had to bet, you'd say, I'd probably bet on this guy. And his opponent up the top left side of the map, it is going to be TaeJa. And I got to say, this is another favorite player of mine, another really top level player. And it's always really, really exciting to see two of these players go off against each other, because you absolutely do not know who to bet against. I mean, if I was casting TaeJa against like 90% of the other Masters players out there, I would probably bet on TaeJa. And I would probably do the same if I was casting Life against 90% of the other Masters players out there. But casting these guys against each other, it's really, really up in the air. I mean, yeah, my voice is actually sounding a little bit, I don't know, hoarse, croaky, I don't know. I just woke up and I took a lozenge, so it should be going pretty good, but it is, yeah. I really don't know what to do about it, but I got to get some games cast today, so we're definitely going to be casting some games. And yeah, I got a potential work trip coming up, so I got to cast a whole bunch of games to sort of scare up that in the just to make sure that you still got the daily masters going on a daily basis. So anyway, moving on, this SCV, not really going to see too much. May have seen the expansion over there, but I'm going to take a drink actually, maybe this will help. Oh man, yeah, I don't know, it sucks because I have to get a game cast for tonight, but yeah, the voice is just a little bit croaky, so just going to have to deal with it. And anyway, I mean, we're seeing how much good stuff is going on in the game, so we're still fine for now. We're still fine. We're seeing TaeJa going down for his fast expansion. His very, very fast expansion. Pumping out the workers like a mad bastard. We have not seen Life go for a third base as of yet, and that's interesting because, I mean, 6-minute mark, I would fully expected him to have gone for one, and there he goes, going for one right now, getting it down. Excellent, excellent job, but then again, that was fully expected at this point in the game. We've got an Overlord coming in. We got one Marine, TaeJa actually scouting for the Overlord, so he's going to be able to see it. The Overlord has got enough bulk that it... Nah, actually, no, I don't think it's going to be able to scout anything. I mean, the third command center would definitely be something that he would like to be scouting here. I don't think he's going to quite be able to see it though. No, just missed out on seeing that third command center. So you'd think though that he would have seen the shadows that it was casting, maybe. I don't think you see the shadows until you see the actual building. So unfortunate there, did not see that third command center. That would have definitely told him that TaeJa had not built like 3 barracks or had not built a ton of other stuff. So it would have told him that TaeJa was not as strong militarily as he would possibly going to be, that he's not going to be facing a crap ton of Marines and Marauders at the 10-minute mark, but he's probably going to be quite a while before he sees that sort of aggression coming out from TaeJa. But unfortunately didn't scout it, and here we go, going in the other side. I don't know if there's a Marine over here to sort of catch this Overlord. I don't think there is, but of course there's more than enough workers here to be able to spot that, and then it's going to be easy for the other guys to just run along and kill that Overlord. And eventually he is going to get a starport out, get out a Viking, and then that will be it for the Overlord aggression, if you can call it aggression. But here we go, Ling going to be taken out. Nice job there. on making sure that that guy didn't stay there, because that guy would have been annoying for TaeJa moving across the map with all his Marines and Marauders. Oh, the creep, man. Always in the wrong place at the wrong time. And this Overlord content just to sit there and just sort of chill out for a while. The command center is finished. Where the hell is it moving? Is he actually going to be taking a third base? It looks like he is thinking about it. And here we go, a whole bunch of barracks coming down. Well, there's a whole ton of barracks actually. No starport yet, but I think he's building a starport over here, so great job there. A whole bunch of lings coming out, and Life decided that he is sick of just letting TaeJa take control of the map. Single Hellion coming out, going to see all of those guys. TaeJa is going to back up for now, and suddenly this third base, this very, very aggressive third base, I don't know if this is going to be a good idea anymore. I don't know if he can hold it. He's going to try and wall off here to prevent the lings from getting in there. That's a very good idea. They'd have to go all the way around, and yeah, it's not going to work as well, but they're not going to get a beautiful surround off on the command center with these Hellions here, and the guys that do try and surround are going to get roasted quite effectively, and the Hellions are going to stay alive for quite a long time, simply because it's very, very hard to get us around to them. There we go, the second supply depot going down, and the Hellions going to be trying to block the other side. And yeah, there's no easy way for, what's his face? I thought this was the units tab, it's actually the production tab. That thing is massive. Absolutely massive. We do have a Spire coming out, so it looks like Mutiling is going to be the name of the game for Life this game. And yes, we've got, these guys got stim yet? Yes, we do have stim out. I gotta apologize for my voice, man. It's just so croaky. I don't know why, because I haven't been talking too much. The last game I cast was like a day and a half ago, so I don't know why it's so croaky, but I'm probably going to have to give it a few hours and then come back to it a bit later, because it sucks, because I was hoping to get like 5 or 6 games cast a day. I was hoping to just go boom, 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 just cast them like you would not believe, but definitely going to have to give it a little bit of time before we do that. But anyway, another drink may help me out. I think it might have been. I was out with some friends last night and I spent half the time debating with them, so talking all over the place, so maybe that's got something to do with it. But oh, the lings coming out. He actually manages to surround everything, jumps up into the medevac. Excellent, excellent idea, because Waz actually stopped. He's not scared of the queens, and he knows there's no serious anti-air. Although mutas are out on the way, and Life has got his 4th base down. Have a look at the income, 82 over 66, which is pretty much standard, I'd say. You can sort of expect the Zerg play to be a little bit lower on the workers, but most really macro favouring Zerg players at this point in the game will be around the 80 mark. You're not going to be as high as 90 because that's a bit dodgy, and it doesn't leave you enough room for army, and if you're down at 70, well then you're not fully utilising your 4 bases, which is definitely what Life wants to be doing. Oh, the great surround, man. The Marines just have no choice, nowhere to run here, and he's got to be careful, because I think the lings could do exactly the same thing to this army right here. It's a pretty big army. He could probably surround it with lings. He's thinking about doing it, but at the last second just pulls back, waiting for the mutas maybe to come in. Oh, the mutas could get some nice hits off on some medevacs. Almost. They weren't quite fast enough. Over this gap is the way to get the medevacs taken out, but he managed to retreat over to the far side of the ground, and then it's just too scary for the mutas to come in, because the Marines, of course, will defend against that. So here we go. The upgrade's pretty much spot on. He's got 2-2 versus 1-1, but 2-2 just about to finish. So both players getting the upgrades out nice and early, doing a fantastic job on that. We got level 3 already started, so TaeJa really sinking some minerals and gas into making sure those upgrades get out ASAP. That is quite a chunk of minerals and gas he's putting down here. Going in, moving in quite a bit. He's got the Widow Mines split down over there, so he can stim and run out of the creep as soon as he senses coming in. Oh, it looks like Life is going to be moving around, but oh, 3 Widow Mines getting off the best hits I have ever seen. 10 kills, 7 kills, 17 kills, man. I would not be surprised if that was just from one shot. So those 3 Widow Mines just absolutely destroyed that Ling army, and that is definitely a loss that Life was not expecting, and that I think he's basically just lost a lot of lings there. Okay, I know that was obvious, but yeah, he's definitely going to lose his ability to really push TaeJa. Although saying that, man, he just killed a crap ton of Marines and Marauders with Banelings, man. That was basically an equalizer right there. He lost a ton of lings, he lost a ton of momentum, and gave TaeJa a really big victory with that other stuff, but he just killed a hell of a lot of TaeJa's forces. So I think that may have been the equalizer right there. And TaeJa, maybe not quite the equalizer, but it definitely pushed him back, and TaeJa still on the warpath though, still going in. And we've got a bunch of lings coming in here. Not a ton of banelings, but still 5 or 6 can do a bit of damage. Once they get in there, definitely needs to be pumping out a lot more banelings. I assume he's got baneling speed. Yes, that's correct. We got 3-3 coming out as well. A bit behind TaeJa's though. But yeah, we'll have to see what goes on here. Looks like they got the armor out as well. I guess the vehicle armor is more important than the vehicle weapons. The weapons would help the Widow Mines out, but the armor, I guess, benefits the Widow Mines and the medevacs, which is definitely a good thing. So here we go, this base, man, way out of position. I don't know why he chose to build up there, considering how much pressure TaeJa has been putting down in this south side. He hasn't really hit this side, he's just been hitting this side, so I don't think it was very smart putting a hatchery out there. Maybe he was going for a put it in plain sight and your opponent won't expect it to be there, but yeah, it didn't work out. TaeJa saw it, and TaeJa destroyed it. Oh, the Widow Mine's coming down. 2 Banelings just coming in there looking for a bit of a hurt, and Banelings taking a couple of hits, but not really penetrating the forces as much as they can. What do we got over here? Just a bunch of lings out in the middle of nowhere. TaeJa does see them, and he's going to take him out with his forces there, so great job. Otherwise, they could have flanked something very effectively. There's actually a Thor out there going to be just hitting stuff for the hell of it. And I suppose that's going to be a little bit better at dealing with... Oh, but the Thor is out by itself. The actually picks up the Thor in the middle of nowhere. Manages to take it out, but TaeJa is going to have to... Oh, I thought he was going to have to fall back there. But he has managed to get like 5 or 6 Marauders in his army. And I think that may be enough to sort of soften this flow from these massive amount of Ultras. The Ultras are really coming in force though. The Marauders are starting to go down, but the Ultras do have to retreat. A couple of them going down, the rest of them going very low health. And moving in once again, now they're starting to do quite a bit of damage. The Marauders are all but gone. The Thor is down, and I think that's it for now. TaeJa flying his medevacs away, but he didn't really have a whole lot of forces in him, so pretty much all of his forces going down, and now he is really going to have to bulk up the Marauder production. You can see he's building 2 more barracks. I would bet that these guys are going to have tech labs going down on them. So for now, the Ultras have bought life a little bit of time here, and we will see how he effectively uses that time. He's definitely going to want to go for a 5th base. Over there, we can see it's already going to be started over there, so he's definitely deciding that this area no longer a good place to be. And he's actually still behind on army, surprisingly. He's lost a little bit of workers, down to 76. I don't think he's going to be building those up again though. I think he's just going to be concentrating on getting the Ultras, but here we go, 4 Marauders coming out at once, and suddenly it's the Ultras are going to be finding it to be quite painful running up against those Marauders, because I mean, stimmed up Marauders, they do a ton of damage, and of course they've got 3/3 upgrades, so it's going to be very hard for the Ultras to really do a ton of damage. We've got a nice force coming in here, a bunch of Banelings coming in. Planetary, how's the Planetary going to deal with this? Micro, do we have Micro on the Planetary? Not really, but it managed to get a lucky hit against a couple of Banelings anyway. And yes, really didn't do too much. A bunch of Lings coming in there as well, but of course with the supply depots here and the bunker there is no way that Banelings can get to these Marine forces. Absolutely no way at all. This like dropped them, but there's a couple of missile turrets. So TaeJa, man, this is how you stitch up a base right there. That is beautiful. Absolutely fantastic. If you want to make sure that Lings don't get into your base, that is exactly the sort of base that you should have. Oh, nice. Getting the infestors out. Fungal is always a good idea. Managed to keep these guys pinned down for the longest time. Didn't quite get these forces, but he's really chopping up these guys. Really cutting them down with the Fungals. And the Ultras finding it so much easier to get in there. The Ultras are still going down though. There's so much DPS coming out from TaeJa. And so many forces coming out. But the Broodlord's starting to come in. And there we go. I mean, TaeJa didn't have a great answer for the Broodlords, but In the end, there was like 2 Broodlords and nothing else, so life just had to give the GG right there. Had no choice, and TaeJa was victorious in that game. So congratulations to him for a very, very well played game. And in the end, I mean, he knew the counters for everything. I mean, he was countering all of the normal stuff, the Mutiling, doing a great job, get some very nice hits with the Widow Mines, and when it came to the ultras, he just pumped out Marauders, and boom, just got it done. And he consistently beat out Life's Army, constantly hitting more than he lost, constantly getting the great Widow Mine hits, constantly saving all his forces with Medivacs and just running them the hell out of there. And he really didn't lose a lot of Medivacs to Mutas either. He really minimized the amount of damage that the Mutas could do to him, and I think a fair bit of that was the fact that he got Thors out. He got Thors out nice and early, and he didn't have a lot of them, but even 1 or 2 Thors is a great way to sort of push the Mutas away. If you got 1 or 2 Thors in your main army, Mutas really can't come anywhere close and really start doing damage. Now, Thors are, of course, open to Lings, open to Banelings, that sort of stuff. Well, open to Lings anyway, but you've got massive amount of Triple M and only 1 or 2 Thors, so you don't really have to worry too much about Lings because the Marines deal with them. But anyway, I just want to go back onto this base, man. I mean, 2 supply depots here, and the bunker, really, really exceptional job here. I mean, and the 2 missile turrets, protecting the top side, protecting the left side. I mean, it's beautiful. You could get rid of the bunker and make this a planetary instead, and that would be just as good. But early defense, I mean, this is just a great setup. It does depend a lot on the base setup. I mean, going for somewhere like here, it's a little bit harder. You could put the 2 supply depots here, and this would be a planetary, but the Lings could still stream in through this gap. So it's a lot harder to get that sort of crap working. But with this one, it's very hard to get in through here. I don't think there's too many gaps, so you could possibly do it. Possibly send all of your Lings through this little gap here, and maybe that would work because it'd be out of range of the bunker, but you're trying to get in through this gap would take so long, and that's more than enough time for the SCVs to be pulled out. So anyway, that's been the game. Thank you very much for watching. I think I'm going to go rest my voice because it's not getting any better, but I will get some games out very, very soon. This has been Hairy Muppet. I hope you enjoyed this game.